Kalita. It is Tuesday. We are doing Knowledge is Power. Christian's behind the camera. He likes to make faces at me. So I'm trying to keep it together here. We have lots of new products, which is always good. We've got some products you've been looking for, some things that you've been asking us. Let's take care of some housekeeping things first. So this is that series where we talk about all things cannabis products, well, whether we're supposed to or not. We're risking it to continue to get knowledge to you. But that does mean we can't pay to promote these. So the only way that these get seen is by word of mouth. So you're doing us a great favor by dropping a comment below or moving over and pushing the like button. Telling your friends, hey, I got some great product at the Funky Monkey. In exchange for doing that, we give away a $25 gift certificate. Amy Joy Warner, this is your name, Amy Jo Warner. We tried to tag you up top. You are this week's winner. You have 2 weeks to come and claim your prize. It's $25 on anything you want. You don't have to spend on a CBD, but you can if you want to. Let's talk a little bit about product restock. I got to get those out of my hand. So Just CBD has been a brand that we've had in for a long time. It was probably one of the first brands that we brought in CBD products. And they have changed their packaging. We were out for a long time of products. People were like, oh my gosh, when is that going to come back in? The packaging is changing. No big deal. Same product, same stuff, just different packaging. They may have had some container issues or some sticker issues. So the nighttime varieties of those are all stocked back up. We have bears, we have worms, we have all the things back in. The biggest #1 seller that y'all have been asking us for about was the sugar-free for a long, long time. Do you have sugar-free? Do you have sugar-free? Do you have sugar-free? They just didn't have sugar-free. Now sugar-free is back in stock. The label has changed, and they've also changed from worms, from bears to worms, but one worm is a serving in there. So I like those. Those are back in stock. We also brought in watermelon in that brand. People seem to like the watermelon. And these are exactly what they say, just CBD, meaning they're CBD isolate, just a little bit of chill is what I say in that. That's probably just something that those are safe enough that we give kids. Again, I'm not a doctor, so make sure that you talk to your pediatrician or whatever before you do that, or you get right with that you're doing something that may not be approved of. I do give them to my children when they're amped up. I think it's something that works. In that lineup, they also brought in, we had the Delta 10 gummies in the Peach Rings, in the bears, and in the watermelons. Those are back in stock. I think they brought in a couple other things. There's some little rainbow bits, just fun on there. Those are Delta... I'm sorry. Let me take that back. You have not seen those products. These are Delta 10 products. You had seen their Delta 8 products. So Delta 10 is a little bit of an upper, a little bit of what makes you want to exercise, a little bit of happy juice, just a little bit. So this is going to be a Delta 10 isolate in these. So like I said, just a little bit of up, a little bit of daytime. They come in the ribbons, they come in the bears, they come in, and then we move over to what you had been seeing. So you had been seeing the Delta 8 like this. Again, Delta 8 is just an everyday pain component. A little bit of, Delta 8 is what I used when I fell and broke my fingers for the pain management. I do feel like it has a little bit of an indica effect, a little bit of a sleep effect, whereas the 10 is a little bit more like a sativa. They've also brought those back in a cube on there. My staff and I are working through eating all of them. We'll get back with you on those, but that had already been out in the Peach Rings previously. They did come out with 2 versions of HHC. So these are HHC. Christian said that when we were talking about this before we got started, he said it's really a relaxation component. So full body relaxation. There's actually some tie to the uptake of serotonin while you're doing it. So just so you feel good and you feel relaxed. On all of these gummies that we're showing you, if you're new to those products, you should definitely be eating them and have these minus the just CBDs. But any of these products that we're talking about, Delta 8 products, Delta 9 products, any of these kind of cannabinoids that they're pulling out and hyper putting into product, you want to start out with at least a half a dose. They also had one other product. This has been just, this is again just CBD. So now they put just CBD with THC. So this is going to be a full spectrum variety. So we started seeing that. We brought this in from Sweet Cincy. That was the first time that you'd seen it. This is going to be the same thing. It feels a little bit more like a full cannabis product, a little bit more like the tinctures are going to work. It's going to be what you're going to use for general anxiety, for inflammation in your body. I call it the multivitamin lineup, right? So if you're looking for something that you're taking every single day, not necessarily something that you're looking for a little bit of energy or something that you're looking for a little bit of relaxation, but as an everyday supplement, a lot of times people are using either the just CBD by itself or the just CBD with THC. We also have it in the other brand that's open. I'm going to go down the lineup of Happy Fruit. There's a lot of things in this lineup that are about to come in a Vapeable. We don't talk about that a lot on this because that's something that's really not supposed to be discussed on this platform. But I'm going to go through what they are. If you're interested in the others, come by and see us. We'll start letting you know when they come in. When we talk about a smokable, remember, I tell people I don't want to get you started at smoking on something. But there are people that use smokables medicinally, as weird as that sounds. If you are a seizure patient, a lot of times you can feel that coming on, and there's a lot of research that says if you can get those cannabinoids in as it's coming on. Same thing with people that have migraines. Same thing with people that kind of have panic disorders that are getting ready to go into somewhere and they need a fix right now. A lot of times that can be done with a Vapeable or with smoke, whereas with a gummy you're waiting 2 hours. Oh my God, I really needed to kick in. Like I need something to happen. Those are kind of the reasons why I like to show you what we're going to talk about, but then know that they're also coming in soon in a Vapeable cartridge. Actually, they're going to come in disposables. So first in the lineup we're going to go through, this is just Delta 8 by itself. So this, you saw Delta 8 in the just CBD lineup. We have Delta 8 here. We have 2 other brands of Delta 8. I tell people, you have to rotate your products. So just because you like Delta 8 in one product, you should try it in another variety of products, especially if you feel like it hasn't been working as strongly as it was at one time. Sometimes you need to come off, let a few other types of take almost like a tolerance break and fill your system with a different type. Because remember, every plant's going to have different cannabinoids. Everything is going to be different like that. So sometimes it's good to rotate products. I probably rotate between 20 products, depending on what I'm trying to do and where I am in my cycle is something that we've talked about as women. Something like that. So then we have Delta 8. That's that same thing we just talked about combined with CBN. CBN is your really, really relaxing cannabinoid. It's actually used for PTSD patients. So for long-term sleep, for being calm in your sleep, for staying asleep, that's a good combination. Delta 8 CBN. HHC, that's that same one that we talked about earlier that Christian said, that's your actual body relaxant, like literally calm the body. I need that at nighttime. Calm the body so the mind can calm, all of those things in there. Then you're going to see this is just CBN and Delta 9. So these two are going to be the same type of product, right? So you may like the 9 better than you like the 8. You may like the 8. You won't know unless you try them. That's why I tell you how to take notes. Then once you know that you like we're going to come to a combination where we have Delta 9 and THCV. I know I like that combo, so I start looking for it in other places. So this is a Delta 8 CBN and a Delta 9 CBN. We also have Delta 9 just by itself. We have this over at the register. This is going to be just a little bit of calm, is what they said, calmed, relaxed. I would think this is an upgrade from this relaxant, which is just a CBD, into a little bit more. I'm going to say that these products and these packages are probably a little more recreational, if you're asking me. I've got some better products with Delta 9 in it that have full rosin in it if you're really using it for pain management, or you're using it for really using it like in replacement of a prescription medication. We've got some other products, but these are really great products, a little recreational, a little fun. You're going to get a little different buzz off of each of them. Definitely a product worth trying. They're in a good price range. They range in price from about $23 to $34, so that's a good price for 10 pieces. You're also going to see Delta 10 in this. We saw Delta 10 in the Just Deltas. You're going to see this again. This is just a little bit of happy, right? It makes you, this is definitely an everyday use. Hey, I suffer a little bit with, depressed mood, things like that. This would be a good place to start. THCO, I told Christian, THCO makes me want to paint or write or just hang out in my backyard and soak up the sun and have creative thoughts. So if you're that kind of person, this is that product for you. This is a THCO product. THCV, Christian said, we have that in a couple of different things. We have it in Lifted Lemonade. We have it in Apple Bliss. These are just 2 different flavors of the same product. Delta 8 mixed with THCV. This one makes me want to exercise. Now, there's an art to it. Now, don't go out and ride your bike if you have never used these and it's going to make you feel buzzy. But once you learn, we always tell you take them 3 or 4 times before you go adventure out in public or things like that when you're doing them. Take them so that you know how it's going to make you respond. And don't mix it with alcohol. You're screwing yourself. All of these will make the room spin if you're taking them in combination with alcohol, and it's going to take 2 to 4 hours to uptake on them. The last of the products that we have today is THCV, Delta 9 THCV. So this is going to be a little bit enhanced in this. So remember, I told you, I know that I like THCV, but sometimes I want a little bit less, and a little bit more. You got to kind of play with them. That's one of the downsides of cannabis research, is that everybody's body kind of responds differently to different cannabis products. So it's a very kind of subjective, and it's a lot of trial and error. For me, that's fun. It's kind of like you do with wine. Let's go back around and try a bunch of wines. I just do it with cannabis products. I'm not always available here at the store, but remember, my staff are very vetted. Please feel free to ask them questions. They do this every day. They hear me talk every day. They're in these conversations where we talk about that. So trust them when they talk to you about products. But if you do in particular want to make an appointment with me, that's fine. Just message us or do those things. But I need to get that on the calendar so that I can make sure that I schedule my work around making sure those consults happen. We appreciate you. We will see you on Thursday for New Products Live. And thanks for coming out for the cookie event for Good Gosh Ganache. That she sold out within an hour and a half. That was really great of y'all. So have a great day. We'll talk to you later. Bye.